welcome back to another New Comic Book Day breakdown. This is Sparks Comics here, and before we get started on the New Comic Book Day breakdown, just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's been following me. We just hit 50 subscribers, so thank you all for being here. Please share the channel. If you see this video and you aren't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and join in on this. At 100 subscribers, I'm probably gonna work on a giveaway that'll be between here and my Instagram. So keep an eye out for that. Get more people in on the channel, and I'll announce something when we get closer to that 100 subscriber mark. So let's start and let's talk about what I picked up this week for New Comic Book Day. So I'm going to start out with one of my favorites, Boom Studios. So this week was Seven Secrets #1's third printing. Nice orange cover, really cool. And apparently I pre-ordered 2 of them, so I have 2 of them. Something's Killing the Children #10 came out this week, and it's a good one. It's a really good one. So if you've been reading this and you haven't gotten to read this issue yet, it's awesome. And every issue they do this, and I love what they do here with that splash. It just, when I first picked up Something is Killing the Children, that was honestly one of the things that hooked me into reading that book. Let's go with this pile here. So these are some series that I've been reading, some of them just recently because they tie into Empire, and then the others have been ongoing for a little while. Marauders #12, and we've got Kate Pryde back, and this was really good. This was a fun read. That's really the only X-Men book that I'm reading right now, and it's really because of her that I've stuck around with this book too. And she was dead for a while. Last issue she came back. Shouldn't be a spoiler at this point because that issue's been out for a while. And so I almost canceled, and then I saw that happen, and I stuck with the series. I'm glad I've stuck with it. It's been really good. It's been a fun read. Magnificent Miss Marvel 14 came out. So it was somewhat of a filler issue. Nothing crazy happened, but it is setting up some stuff for Outlawed, and so worth the read if you're reading into that Outlawed event, mini event kind of thing that's going on. And the last one is Captain Marvel 21. I did not realize I already had the Jenny Frison variant, and so I picked up another. Apparently I had the one in my pool, so now I have 2 of them. It's a good cover to have. This is the first appearance of her sister as the accuser, so good one to have, good read. And probably now that the tie-ins to Empire are done, I'll stop reading Captain Marvel. Unless I see something interesting with the storyline going on, I might jump back in. But right now I think I'm done with Captain Marvel for the time being. We'll see if I hold myself to that. Let's talk about some reprints for this week. We've got Strange Academy #2, the third printing. And so this is just the kind of feature cover for the faculty of Strange Academy. So we've got the head, Dr. Strange. We've got Magic, Dr. Voodoo, the Ancient One, Scarlet Witch. I'm blanking on her name from the Runaways. Hellstrom, and then I'm blanking on her name too. She's a somewhat recent character in the Doctor Strange series. I don't think it was last volume, but the one before that. Really cool character though. And then we've got some Thor ones. This was really cool. I like the blue background on it. This is the third printing for #1. Really cool way that they did that cover. And then we have #3, Fourth printing featuring a battle between Thor and Beta Ray Bill. And then number 4, third printing, featuring Galactus and Thor fighting. So, cool covers. I just picked up one of each because there's no spec really related to those, but I liked the covers. And so, picked them up. None of those have anything specific on the cover that makes them a key over other printings of them. The only thing that might later make them key is their lower printing numbers. All right, so let's talk about Venom. So Web of Venom Wraith came out this week, and we have cover A here featuring Wraith front and center and Null in the back. And so this was a cool cover A. I really liked cover B though. And I don't know what about the art on this stood out to me, because really, Null has a really funny looking face on this, but I liked it. I liked it better than cover A. So this is a fun variant. The story here has one thing that's very important that happens, and another thing that affects a character in the story. But overall, though it's kind of, bringing us to the King in Black event, I didn't feel like there was anything necessarily too key that happened in here. It's a great story. It has great art inside of it. So who do we have on art? Villanova looks like was the artist, and then Dean White did the colors. So hats off to both of them on the art inside of this. I liked it. I liked the depiction of Null inside of the book, and what Null and Wraith do in this book and how they interact is good. So Kate's, as usual, is killing the storyline there, but and maybe it's because we already got spoiled as to what was going to happen in this book that I feel like it wasn't that significant. But I mean, there's one plot point that is very significant, and I'm not going to spoil it since it's just out. So if you didn't get spoiled to it before and you're going to read it, I don't want to spoil that for you. So let's talk about this one here. So Empire ended last week, I believe, or all the tie-ins mainly ended there. And so we had 2 final main storyline pieces that tied up Empire here. So we have Fantastic Four Empire Fallout, which is a really cool cover A. I like it. And so what it's that background made me think of, I believe it's Eternity or one of those Elders of the Universe kind of situations. And so, not 100% a spoiler, but minor spoiler, the Unseen shows up in the very beginning. So there he is. And the Unseen, I don't know the full story. I actually got into comics after he became a thing, but I believe it was after the death of Uatu. The Unseen was Nick Fury, and that's how, something along those lines, he became essentially the Watcher of Earth as a punishment. So he appears in this. Something cosmic related happens at the very end of this that I feel is pretty significant. And then in Empire Aftermath, this is a cool cover A with them getting married there on the cover. I've learned after the fact there's also a version of this where they're all in suits or dresses, and so it's kind of remind me of the Spider-Man wedding covers. So I may have to track down that other one just because I like that idea. I like Hulkling and Wiccan They're cool characters. And so this one, again, something happens at the end that seems like it's of significance, but I don't think that significant point is going to happen for a while in Marvel history. Doesn't seem like that's the case, but I could be wrong. It could be sooner than we expect, but it's an interesting storyline. We have that something interesting happening at the end that I'm not going to spoil. And then I picked up also the One Per Store Alex Ross cover, mainly because Spider-Man and Spider-Woman are on it. I like Alex Ross's art, but a lot of his timeless covers that he has coming out, I'm not going to pick up because they're too close up sometimes for me in some of them. Now, if there's a Spider-Man one, I'm probably going to pick it up. Spider-Man by himself. A couple other characters I might be considering picking up, but otherwise, probably not going to pick up his whole set. So that leaves me with one last thing to discuss here. We have Ravencroft number 5, and this ties up the end of the Ravencroft story. And at the end of it, it says, to be continued in Amazing Spider-Man 48, which came out today. And for more villainous activity, check out Venom 26. And we know that's been out. And so I had a feeling this was eventually going to find a way to tie in somewhat to Spider-Man's storyline, somewhat to Venom's storyline, and it does at the very end. So if you've been reading this, or if you're looking for something that ties into Spidey and Venom, go ahead and pick up this whole series, Ravencroft. It's been good. It's not been anything out of the kind of extraordinary realm, but it's been a decent read to have. So that leaves me to Amazing Spider-Man 48, and so we have cover A here. Specifically, we see Ravencroft in the background, and so that's kind of what leads into the tie to Ravencroft. And then we have cover B by Mark Bagley, which is a cool cover of Spider-Man fighting off the Sin Eater army. And cover C, the Heroes at Home cover. And so I liked this because it was this mini comic on the front cover where he accidentally puts web fluid into his food that he's cooking, his looks like crescent rolls or something, and accidentally puts dry yeast into his web shooter. So pretty cool little thing on the front. And it also is more of like a historical kind of thing in that this is, heroes aren't really going to be staying at home except during this quarantine. So I liked it for that reason too. A couple other things I picked up today. Amazing Spider-Man number 5, which is the second appearance of Silk. And so there she is also on the cover here. I've got this before, but I found another one for cover price pretty much. Figured why not. Amazing Spider-Man number 6 from the same series. I hadn't had that before. And then Amazing Spider-Man number 7, which I believe is our Spider-Man UK's first appearance. So cool books there for cover price. And then found Silver Surfer Black 4th printing. Silver Surfer Black number 1 4th printing, which I believe I've seen selling for way more than cover. And I think I have the first, maybe the second or third printing of it, and so I wanted to pick up the 4th printing as well, just to bring that collection together better. So that's what I picked up this week for New Comic Book Day. A little bit of a rundown of what happened in some of those comics. I've read through all of them. Pretty excited about what's been happening, especially with the Venom and Spider-Man stories. I like the cosmic implications that we've got going on from the aftermath of Empire. I believe the last tie-in to that is going to be the King in Black, Empire's End. And so that is something that maybe will tie in with one of those end stories that I was mentioning. Something's Killing the Children is always great. Seeing some wrap up to the Captain Marvel Empire tie-in was good. Progression with Marauders and Miss Marvel was fantastic, and some cool second, third, fourth printings for Strange Academy and Thor. So thank you guys for watching this video today, and drop some comments. Let me know what you guys picked up for New Comic Book Day. Please be sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Remember, always collect what you love, and have a great day.